I ever wrote, as was the last one, the first handful of songs I wrote. And, I really didn't start writing songs till I had moved to Austin, Texas from New York City, And when I got to Texas, and, well, as I said, I was born in San Antonio, but when I got back to Texas, I should say, I moved to Austin, Texas with a band called Rank and File. We were You like that?
Yeah!
I'm glad. So, anyway, we moved to Austin, and it was 1980, And it was, I think it was 1980, and there were still people like, Guy Clark was there, Willie Nelson was there, Townes Van Zandt was there, Blaze Foley was there, Jubal Clark, Rich Minus, Joe Ely, Jimmy Dale Gilmore, Butch Hancock, Calvin Russell was there. There was just Pat Mears, Nancy Griffith, Lucinda Williams was, but it was crazy, like everywhere you turned there was a great songwriter. So it was a place, guys like Bill Neely and Kenneth Threadgill, who had learned directly from Jimmy Rogers, were singing Jimmy Rogers songs at Threadgill's every Wednesday night or something, It was an amazing place to be to learn about songwriting. When I moved there, I moved next door to a gentleman by the name of Billy Smith. Billy had been a guitar player in a band called Prince Albert and the Sheiks. They were out of Terrell, Texas. They were contemporaries of Bob Wills and his Texas Playboys. They were bona fide, hardcore country swing band. And Billy was about 75 or 80 years old at this time. And he loved to tell stories, sit on his porch. I moved in right next to him, and I would walk over and drink Pearl beer, because Pearl was his favorite beer, And we'd sit there drinking beer, playing guitars, and he would always tell stories about him traveling the countryside with his band. And he said that they also traveled in a sedan. They would tie a mattress to the roof of the sedan. They would stick their equipment in the trunk and pack themselves inside the sedan, traveling from gig to gig. And he said that they played mostly for food, for beer. He said sometimes money and sometimes girls, he said. And it sounded like a wonderful life that I ended up pursuing myself, But Billy was such a character, he had a lot of tattoos. And as I said, Pearl was his favorite beer. But he also had a pinup girl tattooed to his forearm. And her name was Pearl because of his favorite beer, of course. But he used to try to make Pearl dance by flexing his muscles, And at this point of his life, Pearl was a very slow dancer. She hardly moved at all, but he would say, hey, you want to watch Pearl dance? All right, Billy, let's give it a shot. So we sat there and, we drank a lot of beer with Billy. We listened to his stories endlessly until he passed away, and it was a real shame. I really fell in love with this gentleman because he represented part of Texas that was vanishing, and almost like part of the world that was vanishing, and that, it's not the kind of place anymore where you can tie a mattress to the roof of your car and throw it out wherever you want to when you need to sleep, So I really had taken to Billy and his kind of piece of Texas history, especially musical history. And so when he passed away, I wrote this song that I'm going to play for you, but I want to mention one last thing about Billy. He was also a great music critic, because he said that Rank and File was the worst country band he'd ever heard in his life. So I love him even more for that.